All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monster, episode 36.
Tenma's in position.
Yeah, it's getting intense, guys.
But it seems like it's not gonna go well.
Yeah, the giveaway donation ceremony thing is happening tomorrow. And
That's right.
The library's already closed. And basically
Lot didn't see him.
Yeah, Lot did not see him.
In
She
position,
almost
anyways.
did.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. She did not see him in position.
Right.
But she did talk about the book and how she had found one.
Yep. Hopefully she doesn't read the wanted section of the newspaper. Although Tenma probably wouldn't still be there. I mean, well, no, because bulletin and all that stuff. Lunge, who knows?
This is all just getting really crazy, guys. There's a lot of ways in which this can go very wrong very quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah, this library is probably going to burn down. So, hope no one important dies connected to Tenma.
It's wonderful to see.
Alright, guys, without further ado, let's get into this. Whoa!
And he's checking that one specifically. Like,
No, I think he might have heard something.
yeah, possibly.
Oh!
無理して隠れてるとまたしょんべん漏らすぞ。
Oh. Hide and seek, see? Whoa.
あんたたち、もうこんな時間よ。いつまで遊んでるの？
He's the kind of person that hides forever in hide and seek.
Oh, did he actually end up getting left here?
ねえみんな、僕はここだよ。
Oh.
僕を見つけてよ。
いかがい
Dr.
たしましょ
Reichwein.
う。夕方やってきた男、まだ屋敷の前に立っていますが、ただいま追い払いますので。カール、私は目が見えない。どんな男だ。
悪い人間じゃなさそうな。そしてなんだかひどく切羽詰まっているような。
なるほど。
お会いいただけて感謝しますよ、ヘルシューバルト。
くだらん前置きはやめよう。時間も時間だ。
Yep.
彼のことで来たんじゃないのかね。
え？
ヨハンだよ。いつか私のもとに君のような人間がやってくると思っていた。
Okay.
謎を解いてくれるためにね。謎？
Okay.
完璧すぎるんだよ。
He's too perfect.
ものにはわからんかもしれない。
Oh.
感じるんだよ。完全に調和の取れたものを前にする。それがこの世に存在していないのではないかとね。
話は1986年、ある少年が瀕死の重傷で。
Whoa.
Alright.
This whole thing with Schuwald started with people reading to him, and now he's getting
Yeah. Oh, I like it. I like it.
Johan story.
そして彼はあなたの前に現れた。死んだ、いや殺されたリヒャルトの推理では、ファーレンという学生にあなたの息子を語らせたのもヨハン。あなたが心を許していた人たちが何人死にましたか。長年あなたに仕えていた運転手、あなたに本を読んで聞かせたメイド、バー
Yeah.
ドウォッチング仲間の会計士、みん
Wow.
な死んでいった。
ヨハンがアリの行列をいじくるように遊んでいると言ったね。私が世間で何と呼ばれているか知っているかね。そうバイエルンの吸血鬼だよ。とするとなぜだかどんどん大きくなるんだよ。私の中の怪物がね。今思えば私もアリの行列をいじくるようになりたかった。私がなりたかったものに 彼はなろうとしている。
Now what do you want?
誰がその怪物の
Whoa.
なれるのか。
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh. Now we're quoting the Bible again, yeah.
ヨハネの黙示録。
その怪物を倒せるのは
Whoa.
さらなる怪物だ。
Jeez, what a good conversation. Oh my gosh. But what is gonna change?
I have no idea.
何のお話だったんですか？もう朝ですよ。
Maybe he's accepting
Sure.
that his life is short. Oh.
殺して
Oh, bring back Anna. Save as many lives as you can. Yes.
助けてください。
Ah.
Did not at all talk about the methodology of how you would go about saving lives. Boy.
Yeah, see, it's darker up here. Oh, wait, not really. Okay, it's kind of dark up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, here comes Schuwald.
いよいよバイエルンの吸血鬼のお出ましだ。聞こえるぞ。
バイエルン州は愚か。
Whoa!
Wow.
This is an international
大使
meeting.
館関係者と政財界の歴々がゾロゾロと。
ただの大学への蔵書寄贈式とは思えんな。
何しろシューバルト氏の動向の一つ一つがヨーロッパ
取ってきてほしい書類があることを忘れていた。
書類って何ですか？
いいから屋敷に取りに行け。
How will he
書斎
know?
の机
Oh,
の
okay.
上だ。
でもお父さ
I
ん、
think it's his will.
もうすぐヨハンが来る。ここは彼に任せろ。
Oh, he's sending Karl away specifically because he
yeah,
has the feeling something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah. Or
Yeah,
maybe
Schuwald
he...
wouldn't just forget it. Like,
Or maybe Schuwald's already been convinced by the monster.
私はあなたが捜査に力を入れてくれると思って天馬がミュンヘンにいることを教えたんだ。天馬は自らの手で全てに決着をつけようとしているんだ。ご安心ください。本当に捜査は順調
Oh,
に進んでい
man.
ます。
銃の種類はモーゼルの SR93。撃った相手は日本人。もう
Oh.
少し締め上げましょうか。
Yeah.
彼の知っていることはそれだけだろう。私は高性能の狙撃銃を手に入れた。
He's just like,
Okay,
not my
whatever.
place, yeah.
そして私はヨハンだ。混沌が好きだ。
Yeah. Oh, crap. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep.
何か食べた方がいいよ。
good boy, Dieter.
Reichwein looks so tired.
大丈夫だ。心配いらない。さあ、せっかくのディーターの用意してくれた食事だ。いただくとするか。シューバルトの蔵書寄贈セレモニー。
Oh, he just realized that's where Tenma's
Oh,
going to
gotcha.
try and kill him. Yeah.
ディーターはここで待ってろ。
シューバルトだ。
Yeah.
ハンス・ゲオルグ・シューバルトに面会したい。
あ、確か彼は今日ミュンヘン大学図書館で蔵書寄贈のセレモニーに。
そこへ緊急配備。
Oh my god, everyone's going to the library!
っているのは
ヨハンは私の秘書はいるかね。
は
あちらに。
He's not on the stage.
来たか。
But oh my god.
All right, take the shot, Tenma.
Wow.
It's your time.
生き返らせてしまった。
Yeah.
私があのモンスター。
Oh, here we go. Hey, Lot.
ロッテ来てくれたの
Oh.
せっかく仲良くなれたのに残念だけど
Wait.
あなたたちもしかして双子じゃない
Oh. Yeah.
そうなのねこの絵本何なのこれ
Oh,
を
awesome! Awesome! Yes! Yes!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and that looks like the monster on the front, the hat and everything.
Mhm, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Uh-huh,
Yep. Yep.
yep,
Yep. Oh. Is it going to happen to her as well?
Okay. Everything is converging. Like, literally everything. Yeah. The only thing they didn't do was actually have Anna say, "Oh, I have to go to the, to the library."
Well, that was something actually I'm a little bit curious about. When she was saying I wasn't able to find him.
Mm-hmm.
Who was she talking about again?
Yeah,
Johan?
I'm not sure. It wouldn't make sense to be Johan because you'd think
You'd think if she did any investigating in Munich, she'd be pretty easy to find Johan.
Well, and that wouldn't be done off screen. It wouldn't be introduced that her and Lot are working together to go after Johan off screen.
Yeah.
So, and granted, she didn't seem to respond as much right away when she said you guys are twins, right? Because you would think that as soon as Anna hears you're twins, even if she didn't hear anything about who the other person was, she'd be like, well, I am a twin of somebody.
So that's in some way I think that it means that is who she's talking about,
right?
Because she used the second person you you are, meaning that you both, meaning you both the yous that I've been talking to, meaning that she was saying I haven't been able to find Johan while I was here.
Possibly
seems a little bit odd.
That does seem that seems a bit odd, a bit off, because again, like you said, Johan should be super easy to find, like super easy.
So we'll have to sit on that.
We'll have to sit on that.
Let's sit on that and see what's going on.
They have a bunch of other things happening though. There's the fact that Schuwald, the whole thing's happening. Schuwald sent Karl home to get documents on his desk. Right. Which could.
But Johan's going to take care of everything here, is what he said.
Right.
That is the kind of thing that someone says when it's like, yeah, they have their own plan, and I'm just kind of here to officiate it.
Yeah.
That's like, I have given up.
Right. Well, or
I have given everything to him.
Yeah, exactly. Because it could be something where he says, "I found a kindred spirit in Johan, and you're my son, and I love you. But at the same time, you don't seem to care about wealth all that much. So I'll make sure that you have enough to, live a comfortable life. But as far as like all the business side of things, I'll just give that to him because he'd be able to do the most with it. It could also be something where potentially, okay." The thing that I'm thinking about is, what if Schuwald was actually wanting to take down Johan?
Oh, no. I got it. Schuwald has been thinking about what happens when his companies are, no longer led by him. Mm-hmm. They would go to the major shareholders and stuff.
Sure.
And the shares that he would have had, he would have to give them out to other people. But the thing is I don't think he trusts anyone.
Even Karl.
Potentially. Yes, exactly. He doesn't trust anyone that he knows to really handle it well. Mm-hmm. So what he's doing is he's also been maybe manipulated by Johan to believe that Johan will be at the very least an extension of him.
Sure.
And it's something where Johan fired him up about the idea of whatever his original goal was.
Right. Because I think the most telling thing about this is, there's
the conversation with Reichwein.
The conversation with Reichwein.
Yep.
Because he knew that he was coming to talk about Johan.
Yep.
He didn't seem particularly worried.
Nope.
And it could be that he's just old and all that stuff, but he didn't seem surprised by it either.
Nope.
So it seems more he was contemplative of wondering, all right, so what am I going to do? Almost like he had been suspecting something like this. And here's the thing. I feel like if there was a way for Johan to just pull the hood over everybody, it would be by basically saying, okay, Tenma thinks it's going to go a certain way. And pretty much everyone thinks it's going to go a certain way. I will make sure that someone else does something unexpected.
Right.
And because I'm the only person that knows that will end up happening, because I orchestrated it all and things like that,
I'll be able to react accordingly.
I'll be able to react accordingly, plan accordingly, and it'll all work out just fine.
Yep. And he's set it up. The thing is this is something that they've been telling us over and over and over again.
Like the whole book donation and things. That was
also
Johan
all the
and Karl's
people
idea.
surrounding Schuwald saying that they've died in, just kind of, they've all been dropping off dead.
Yep.
That has to be Johan. That has to be.
Yep.
And that means this whole thing is coming to some big play. And once Johan makes the play, it just moves into the next stage. And I don't think that Tenma is in a right place mentally to where he feels that desperate to shoot Johan. And this is the thing. Is that if we're going to have a flawed main character, and we're going to have it be where he hasn't fallen into the depths of his own monster yet, he hasn't let go of who he originally was at all.
Right.
It would make sense that he would choke on the on the execution side of things.
Even while
here.
he has Anna's voice in his head telling him, kill him.
Oh, I almost think that is the kind of thing that's just, it's something that's so alien sounding to him. It's coming from a small child who's brainwashed and deranged and stuff, and just going, kill him. That's just horror material right there. The whole little girl wandering the
empty hospital at night. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh man. Okay, but let's say Johan gets wounded. Let's say Johan Let's say Tenma is able to take the shot, and this is all basically according to Johan's keikaku or something. He takes a chest shot, like a really big hit or something. People freak out and assume that it's something against Schuwald or whatever. Tenma
Even though at this point Johan's really far away.
Well, the main thing is that Johan's a secretary. He's no one. So who cares about him? It's a gunshot at an area that politicians and world shakers and stuff.
Could be terrorists, could be whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Things move, the fire happens, chaos ensues. Johan has this all prepped in mind. I'm more scared about the plan that you mentioned. The idea that Johan has something that he's prepped that no one else is ready for, and he'll react accordingly to it.
Yeah.
And it will blindside most everyone. That's the thing that I'm almost definitely certain of.
And what is it? Because not what is he going to do to respond, but what is the variable going to be? Because if it's simply that Schuwald leaves everything to Johan, that doesn't seem like it would cause much of an issue unless
what if he starts World War III right here?
Schuwald doesn't have that kind of power. He has
economic power over a continent.
Yeah,
Jacob.
but not military power.
No,
he can't tell them to launch
wars are
nukes.
Wars are never fought over militaries.
Absolutely.
They're fought over resources.
Sure.
He could hold. This is a dumb idea. Don't get me wrong here.
Survival of the fittest. Whoever battle royale.
No. Literally, stop it. You're making fun of this whole thing, whereas I'm actually trying to make a point here as to how much he can do. Is he could do something stupid if Johan didn't care about himself at all, and he just was an agent of chaos. And by the way, this episode is called Monster of Chaos.
But I get the feeling.
What's the maximum amount of chaos that Johan could do here, right now?
Other than killing everybody.
Killing everybody is simple.
Well, right, but these are important people, so if everybody dies here, that could start World War III.
It could, but I think if he actually finds some way to cause them all to point fingers at each other...
get them to kill each other,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He has a Kinderheim incident, basically.
Right. Yep.
That's way worse than...
Right.
Because there need to be people that survive. You don't want to have everyone die.
Because then it's just a crazy freak accident thing, and then it's like, oh no, how did that happen? Yeah.
Right. You need to have it be more of something where maybe he doesn't care about the money. Maybe Schuwald thinks... Maybe that's the thing. He's pulling one over on Schuwald. Schuwald thinks he's going to be leaving everything to him. And basically he uses this whole thing to tear down Schuwald's economic thing to where it destabilizes the entire European economy. Then you have all these countries that have to figure out the way things move and stuff. Some of them get a little desperate and start making threats, and then from there, Johan goes back to wherever his like next stage of the plan is already situated, and maybe that's where Roberto comes in, and whoever Roberto's people are tied with, he starts moving things with them. And I don't know, maybe it comes into an arms race, which leads to a potential world war situation, because world wars start generally when just people start allying too many times with specific people that are already going to go to war. So.
Right. Here's my main thing that I'm wondering. Okay, so with Schuwald, one of the things that they brought back up this episode that they hadn't talked about in a long time was that he's called the Vampire of Bayern. Now, that was one of the first things we learned about Schuwald when he was introduced.
Yeah,
AKA, reputation. It's important. Now, it hasn't been important ever up till this point. The most that it was important was that they mentioned that he had a business rival, friend, right? And they were constantly at each other's throats and things like that.
Ah, that's true.
But it wasn't actually brought up in, talking about what it means and all that stuff.
Right.
Until now. With a title like that, Schuwald's smart. Now, Johan is going to plan around his plan and all that stuff, right? But whatever Schuwald decides to do, it is going to be something that is calculated, right? Taking into account all the variables. It could be something as simple as just he doesn't care, or he likes what Johan's doing or whatever, and so he wants to see if he can go the distance, pass on the torch, if you will.
Sure.
And maybe that's why Johan really actually got in contact with him, not because of the money itself, but because of, the way he went about doing things.
Right.
But that almost seems too simple. So
just a bit.
Because again, Schuwald is stupid smart. So I want to see what he does. Like he spent all night thinking. So what did he come up with?
Oh, meaning that this was new information for him, and because
or at
he
least
got this
a confirmation,
Well, remember, he was mostly staying up all night because he was listening to him.
Sure. Yeah, that could have been a lot of it.
I think most of it actually was that. I think they specifically made sure to have us hear everything that Schuwald said, not everything that Reichwein said, because we know all the Reichwein stuff. But with
and
Schuwald,
they did say
all
that
the
it was late already
new.
before it got started. So yeah,
right.
But at the same time, like the fact that he told Karl to leave, that was
that's telling.
Even if there was an actual document there, he did not forget that. He specifically left it there. So he's coming into this with a game plan.
Yep, you're right.
So what is it? Because the fact that he told Karl to leave makes me think that he either suspects danger of this particular event, right?
Sure.
He thinks that someone is going to try to kill him or something, or either from the outside, like someone like Tenma or something like that, or he suspects Johan, right? So he's like, I want Karl to be far away from this, so that way, if Johan kills me for my money, or or something, however it ends up going, he won't get involved.
Jacob, remember the guard that went and inspected the library?
Mm-hmm.
What if he was going up there to confirm that Tenma was there? That's why he
Sure.
looked at that specific spot.
Yeah.
Johan told
looked
him,
at that specific spot earlier. So
and he was like, "That's the perfect spot to snipe someone." And basically, what maybe this whole thing is that Johan has manipulated Schuwald into thinking that there's someone coming to kill you. Let's set up your end to be in the perfect way possible, so that you get everything that you want. Mm-hmm. But also, there's a very real likelihood that if I'm there, I'll have a way to potentially save your life.
Gotcha.
Because he wants to kill me just as much as he wants to kill you.
Okay, that possibly, yeah.
And maybe he's honest. Maybe he's honest, and he's like, "This is what I've done.
Yeah,
I've done all these things to be able to have this conversation with you.
Right. This is all part of my own, basically, business strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And Reichwein's like, well, that's taking it farther than I did.
Schuwald.
Or Schuwald, yeah. Because one of the things that Schuwald did say is that the only way to defeat this monster, well, he referenced himself as a monster, which is another crazy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which, with the whole idea of the monster of chaos, that means it could be Johan, it could be
Schuwald.
Which lends credence to your whole idea of him just causing mayhem.
Yep.
But it also means
moving ants in a line.
Oh yeah, I had a feeling that when he mentioned that, he was going to be like, "Oh yeah, I like to do that too."
And then he did say that.
Right.
Yeah.
But specifically the whole idea of that he might see Johan as the worthy monster to, consume him and gain his energy. And the story, like the book, that's what it's all about. Whoa. Which, by the way, thank you, Lot, for going to Anna and not Johan.
Lot, yes, or latte, or whatever.
Yeah, latte. Like,
she's a vente. A vente latte.
We don't know for a fact that she didn't, ask Johan about it first. She could have asked him and he just didn't say anything. He's like, oh, curious, And then she's like, oh, I knew it. You guys are. And that's why she went to Anna. But... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think Lunge's gonna do?
So Lunge is of the belief that the whole multiple personality thing is Tenma.
Right.
And Tenma is chasing after himself, and that's why he can't catch himself, and that's why he believes so strongly that this Johan character exists. And I love the logic of Lunge's believing this. Is that,
Sure.
of course Tenma has to believe this. He's seeing the evidence of it. The thing is that he doesn't know that the phantom he's chasing is essentially himself.
Right, he could be planting his own evidence.
Right, so when he had that thing of, I'm Tenma, I am Johan. Johan wants chaos. At least this version of person that Johan is Tenma believes is whatever. Yeah. So he's like, what would I do? What would I do if I was this? And he's like, I would kill Schuwald. And I think that the reason why they had Lunge come to that conclusion is because whoever is the monster of chaos in this case, they realize that the death of Schuwald would cause the most chaos, but it's about how. It's about what are the circumstances surrounding Schuwald's death.
Right.
And I think that Schuwald is involved by the fact that he sent Karl back. So he is planning his own death.
Okay, this is a sick way of going about it, and this doesn't seem like the kind of thing that Schuwald would do, but if you were going strictly for chaos, and specifically a monster of chaos, all that stuff reminds me of the Joker. Now, if Schuwald was planning his own death, which would make sense why Karl wasn't there, then he could say, hey, I really just want to see the world burn, so whichever one of you kills me will get everything.
Wait, what?
And then he just turns it in.
Who is he? Whichever one of who?
Like, of all the people in the audience. From the different countries and whatever. Like I'm just saying that's, because the kinds of things that they're, I don't think that would happen, because that would be very weird for Schuwald, and that would be a side of him that we haven't seen, but we haven't seen much of him anyways, other than what pertains to his son. We haven't seen the vampire.
Okay.
So
okay. Well, I thought the vampire thing was that he's immortal. He consumes others to gain their power.
Right, yeah.
And also he is mysterious. He is hidden in shadows. Meaning that
all that stuff ties to Johan, too.
All that stuff ties to Johan perfectly.
So maybe it is something as simple as just he's going to give everything to Johan, and that's how it'll cause the chaos, because they're like, what, you're not giving it to your one and only son? Wait, what?
Or, yeah, basically he says, I'm going to give away, 0.1% to, Karl. And he is the only other beneficiary other than Johan. And Johan will use all of this. He will maybe liquidate. Maybe he'll also say, I'm liquidating all the companies as well. I'm terminating everything.
Sure.
And...
in order to liquidate, you'd have to do a lot of selling, but...
Well, yes. But maybe the document has something to do with that.
Sure. Or he's like, hey, I'm turning this into an auction.
Whoa! I do think there's going to be something that will either cut the library meeting of sorts really short, and then there'll be the fire, or there's going to be something that draws it out, and Tenma is like, wait a minute, I can't shoot Tenma yet. What is this going on here? Because essentially a bigger threat, a bigger monster just revealed itself. Oh, that's a good idea.
What?
Meaning that Johan is going to give Tenma a reason to shoot Schuwald.
Sure. And if Schuwald was doing stuff like that, then yeah, possibly.
And then it will make Schuwald's death work out in such a way.
Right.
Whoa.
But
really, what if Johan is planning for that?
Right.
Like, he's still rolling the dice a little bit.
Yeah, but here's the issue with that. Tenma has already had every reason to kill Johan.
already had the reasons.
Yeah, he has all the reasons he needs to kill Johan, right? It's not a question of whether he has the proper motivation, it's whether he will make the decision.
It's whether he has the resolve to do it.
Right, because of the kind of person he is. If there's a random person that comes around...
A random person?
A random person. He doesn't know Schuwald, you know. Schuwald isn't a random person.
Right.
But the idea is that it's someone he has no connection to, right? And they immediately do something that is a single instance, even if it's a big instance, of reason that I should kill this person, right? For the greater good or whatever. If he isn't able to do it for Johan, when he has gotten a lot of time to basically premeditate it and be like, and come to the decision, this is what needs to happen,
so then
it seems way less likely.
Then what about if it's not that? It's just then he won't be sure about what to do at all.
Sure.
It's just that he'll be like,
fear cuts deeper than swords, he hesitates, does nothing, and then,
Yep. And then the whole thing blows up into flames and chaos. All I know is that I'm waiting for that episode where we see things a little bit from Johan's perspective.
You want to get like
just to know how this whole thing is getting set up and for what exactly.
Basically, like a whodunit perspective, where it's like all of a sudden it's revealed, and then you see them.
Yeah, I don't want perfect perspective. I don't want perfect perspective. I want things to be left open just a little bit.
Gotcha.
But what I would like to see is maybe maybe someone like Reichwein or Dr. Gillen realizing why Johan did all this. And they'll maybe draw their own theories and be like, what if? And they'll start to kind of connect the dots, and it will help the viewer because it's kind of like a little bit of telling for the purpose of bringing things together. But maybe it will be just a way to help fill in some of the dots and connect things for us, even though we'll probably have connected a good percentage of things by the time we see whatever Johan wants to do happen.
Okay, here's a question.
Okay, what's that?
So, the storybook, it basically describes a vampire, more or less. Something that consumes kind of others and takes their power, right?
Yep.
And it's like, okay. And if that was something that was a foundational aspect of Johan's identity, right?
Okay.
Then
I like that.
Awesome, right? But here's the thing. Before he read the book, before he saw it again, Schuwald was what he was interested in. Once he saw the book.
Before he saw the book, meaning the most recent time he saw the book,
right.
not
when
the very first
time. No.
Okay.
He didn't know Schuwald back then. We don't think.
Right, gotcha.
So, at that point, his goal was Schuwald. When he saw this, now, one, it terrified him, but could it also be considered as basically a reminder of what he's about?
So you're saying that maybe this ties in a little bit with the double personality thing in that Johan
possibly, but
maybe now actually that's the thing about the double personality thing. Now that we know that the line of "look how big the monster inside me is growing" or something like that, that's from the book.
Right.
Yeah, I think that calls into question actually the whole double personality thing.
Yeah, he's just drawing inspiration from a book, like lots of kids do. Just doing it.
So what's your question? So what your question
is what is his motivation now?
So I think we theorize that something changed.
Well, but I mean, he told the lady right before she died, so he had no reason to lie to her.
Oh, that he has no interest in Schuwald anymore. Yeah.
And the only thing that had changed was that he saw the book. So, if he was originally going to do the whole consume a monster to become a greater monster kind of a thing, what is it now?
Maybe that's why this whole thing is happening. He's basically decided, okay, instead of you giving everything to me, he has to work on having Schuwald end up doing something that self-destructs Schuwald. Okay, and he causes the most chaos that way.
Or maybe creates just a bunch of other monsters.
Well, that's kind of going to happen, really, I'd say no matter what, when Schuwald dies. That's just a guarantee.
Sure.
But I think what he's trying to make is some really big monsters, not just a bunch of little weak monsters that people can forget about. The ones that are actually like...
Right. He's farming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he kind of is.
Yeah.
Oh... Yeah, I don't really think this episode gave us too much new information except for Schuwald related stuff.
Right, it just made us sort of wonder more. More mysteries.
But we did get Schuwald characterization this episode.
We did.
And that's big.
And Karl is gone, which is also big because that means Karl is most likely going to survive.
Well, also it means there's like a 50 times more likelihood that Schuwald is going to die in the next 2 episodes. Like, like he got the sudden kind of characterization equals horrible, tragic death.
Yep.
And he got a little bit of a typical kind of character tip of I send the most important person in my life as far away from me as I can.
Yep. Yeah.
Man. But that also means he has a timetable, because if he says there's a document there, I'm guessing there is a document there. If he's saying like if he's saying go to a document and there isn't anything there, he could look around and be like, there isn't one there. I need to go back. And
he calls the library.
He calls Lot.
Sure.
And he's like, hey, can you go check to see if there's a thing on the desk? And she's like, there isn't one. He's like, huh? And then he goes back into the library. So you can't have that.
You know what would be even better?
What's that?
So if he gets there, and this document is a letter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just saying goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, maybe some more things, too.
Oh, man.
But,
There's a bunch of crazy things about to happen, guys.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. But, yeah. I don't have anything else to say. Do you?
I want to see the next episode.
I want to see the next episode too. So if you want to watch the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories or whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.